Welcome back. You're watching Checkpoint. We're speaking to Chief Magistrate of the Anti-Corruption Court, Douglas Ogoti. Thank you for staying with us. Just before we went on a break, you were talking about some of the amendments that need to be made to the anti-corruption laws to suit current times. And just before you talk about financial constraints at the judiciary, I'd like you to speak to us about the issue of bail terms. You are known to give very huge bail terms to especially high-profile graft cases. For instance, Samburu Governor Moses Lenolkulal case that you slapped him with a 100 million shilling bail and alternative 150 million bond terms in a graft case. Sometimes these are revised downwards, but when we are talking about amending these laws, speak to us about bail terms and perhaps whether we need to rethink how we institute this.
Now, thank you for that. We have a policy document. It's in the public domain, the bail and bond policy guidelines. It guides us on what to consider when granting bail or bond. Now, if you look at that bail bond policy guidelines, it has no provision for anti-corruption cases. I have been practicing law for a very long time. Now, anti-corruption cases are like this. Initially, about 25 years back, corruption was basically unheard of. It was corruption mostly from traffic cases, 100 shillings. Then as time went by, it also gained ground. Corruption case, they came to 1,000, then from several thousands to millions, and now billions. Yeah? There is no policy or there is no law that guides on giving bond in terms of billions. Now, what previously you would read from the papers is that why did this magistrate give very little? Yeah? Now, previously you'd walk home, if you are charged for 10,000, you'd walk home comfortably with a bond of maybe 2,000 or 5,000 cash bail. Now, we are talking in terms of billions. I can tell you, if you sit in my court, you'll not believe what you are seeing. There are charges where people have been charged in one count only. You are talking of billions now. Those billions, they are not commensurate even to the 15 million that I give. Yeah? So, we had to come up with an approach on how to settle this. And I can tell you now it's very well settled. If you look at those billions that these accused persons are allegedly said to have stolen, 15 million is nothing.
Okay.
It's only that the public is not informed.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Then let's end it with
yes.
What are the biggest challenges the judiciary is currently facing? You started with the issue of being underfunded, but what are the challenges that are blocking the judiciary from performing as far as graft-related cases are concerned as we wrap up?
Now, we have very few courtrooms. As against what the majority believe outside there, we have very few courtrooms. At times, we have to rotate those courtrooms between the judicial officers that are available. The other issue is, and I have said, and I repeat, we record in hand. It takes a lot of time. When you ask for stenographers, you are told there are no funds. The government has not sent funds. Now, the other day I requested for a speech-to-text application so that at least you can listen to the case. It records the speech so that you make your notes, and later you can retire and go to make maybe your ruling or judgment from there. We are told there are no funds. So we need more space. We need more magistrates, and I can tell you, in some of the cases, a magistrate has written up to 3,000 handwritten pages. Now, how long does that take? We are lucky that we were given Forodha House about 2 years back, but still coming back to finances. That building has not been renovated. We thought it would end up this year, but we are also seeing that due to finances, the building may be finished next year. We appreciate, but we still need more.
All right.
Now,
After
recording all that,
I'd really like to cut you short at this point, but I'll be speaking to you again after another break. Douglas Ogoti is the Chief Magistrate Anti-Corruption Court. We'll be continuing with this interview to get your final remarks, perhaps, on how then do we move forward in this issue. So kindly just be patient and stay with us. There's the Chief Magistrate Anti-Corruption Court, Douglas Ogoti. We began the program tonight by telling you of the impending strike by healthcare workers, doctors, nurses and clinical officers starting midnight tonight. But after a day-long meeting, it is reported that KMPDU, Doctors Union, have said that they are suspending their strike by another 14 days. And online we have the Secretary General of KMPDU to tell us why. Thank you, Dr. Machonda, for joining us here on a Checkpoint. You had been very steadfast and very firm on this particular strike. What occasioned the change of heart? Dr. Machonda, if you can hear me, kindly keep us up to speed with the events of today that led to the suspension of the strike. All right, it would appear we are having a challenge linking up with Dr. Machonda. We're still trying to get hold of him to just talk to us about what would be the way forward. Dr. Machonda, can you hear me? All right, let's take a quick break. You are watching Checkpoint. We'll be getting hold of Dr. Machonda to speak to us about that and more. When we get back, we'll also be giving you the latest updates in the world of sports. Stay with us.
Those who sow the seed will not enjoy the shade.